Thank you once again for joining me on this journey into, towards, and through resilience. Today's topic, as you saw in the thumbnail, spring from the dead. I know you probably, if you listened to me before in other episodes, you might see that or sense that as another morbid view on life and death and resilience. It's not an intentional statement or inference for death, but as an access point to embrace that part of life, of daily life. If a moment-to-moment focus on this life that is unusual and new to you, just consider this. That perspective I offer to you as a refocus, a refinement on enjoying the life we have right now. And the only time you can ever enjoy this life is from this present moment right now, not later or yesterday. Another dear friend of mine, a brother, a walking God, a man I met a few years ago who is from Africa, specifically from Sierra Leone. His name is Patrick, but his other name is Tamba. And he gave me, just off the cuff, 6 words when I asked a sincere question as I was floundering about, personal and business issues in my life at that time. And I had nothing else to ask him that day except, why am I here? Yeah, you might have reviewed my background about, education, direct combat experience that myself and my soldiers survived and thrived in, school, trainings, certifications, marriages, 3 each, divorces, 3 each. But the thing about it is, I was asking this question of this sage man, and he didn't, coddle me or, console me. He said, without a beat, he just said, the reason you're here can be summarized in these 6 words. Go, ask no question, and die. Now, that may not seem like a very inspiring rejoinder or response, but that was from a real, organic, unscripted conversation I had with this man, Tamba. And it really stunned me, but brought me back into that day, presence and reality. And although I can't give you those salient and sage words like Tamba gave me back then, I still use those same words to reset myself going forward. And I hope I can at least give you something like that today. Today, this is one of those moments that we have to live and love. Whatever choice do we have? What other choice do we have besides that? Yeah, you could not like it, you get fired. Come out, not like it, you went through a divorce. Not like it, you got, went through a breakup with your dear partner. But that moment, or those kind of moments, and even this one right now, which I hope is positive to you, those bad ones, those good ones, they will pass. You could say, going a little further, in referencing the title for this discussion today, I could say to you, those past moments, good, bad, or indifferent, they have died. Like whatever I just said to you, or did, or thought, or observed, and or ate, all of those, everything moves to the past section fairly quickly and fairly rapidly. Certainly, that action or inaction, or promises broken, ones that will get relegated and filed in the past pretty quickly. Some things that we go through each day, some will have a lasting power, and some vestiges or echoes or lingering senses from when it was a very fresh and inspiring and positive moment. But it can never become this present moment. Meaning whatever happened cannot become this present moment. That's why I seek to change your view on this present moment and in every 820 episode. Just as I have mentioned about those visits to and return from heaven when I sleep and in your slumber, in your sleep or in bed, or from an awake stupor or distraction in your daily living. I have mentioned that before. Those trips and visits should serve as the springboards forward into and with the reminders of the heaven around and within you every day. So again, whether you're perceived or default to external influences or to your revised, refreshed view on your internal essences and constants, it is essential for you to define that desire, that discipline, and your drive for yourself. And do that from the daily and moment-to-moment deaths you must go through. Not as some great and fabulous funeral, not like that, but using those experiences to propel or at least nudge you a step forward in this moment with positive, with love, and with yes for you in your personal presence, purpose, and message. Spring Ain't Here, as a song that my favorite musicians, Pat Metheny, he wrote that and interpreted. Spring ain't here. That makes sense to me. But it tells me that spring is always available. Think about that. Spring ain't here, but spring is always available. Every day, every moment, every now. So pardon me, Mr. Metheny, I'm not dismissing or disparaging how you wrote that song or even the title of it, but I'm going to say this and using that inspiration from Mr. Metheny, spring is within us all the time. And this is from Mr. Ryan Holiday, again, from the Stoic Enterprise. Quote, this is from Philip Larkin's bittersweet poem reminds us beneath this turning of the seasons is a kind of darkness. Here's the quote from Mr. Philip Larkin. The trees are coming into leaf, like something almost being said. The recent buds relax and spread. The greenness is a kind of grief. That's like the last part of that poem. I would augment that poem with the line, a sense of relief, not a kind of grief. But hey, I didn't write the poem. The inherent grief, this is still from Mr. Ryan Holiday, the inherent grief is the passage of time. Each season brings new life, yes, but also marks the cessation of life. It's a painful truth, the poem points out, written in the rings of a tree. Winter is dead and over, and all of us a little more so too. This notion serves as a gentle nudge, reminding us of the preciousness of every moment. It urges us not merely to exist, but to truly live, to seize each season, unquote. So, I'll leave you with that. Spring from the dead. This moment, this now, is your eternal season called resilience. Stay present. Stay current. Remember, please, it's always 820.